Busa ride at 2 o'clock, I think. I had to ride the Busa again. Just as impressed with it the second time. No complaints, man. Just not quite as much motor as, little better handling than the 14R, but not quite as much motor. I mean, I think that's how I would categorize it. And now they have ABS on it, and it has Brembo brakes. It has full Brembo brakes on it now. So it's definitely got, solid brakes. I feel like I could buy that bike and be happy with it. Although it might leave me possibly a little bit wanting more power. Okay, like it is a bike that I'm 100% comfortable with the motor. It doesn't ever make me feel like I can't handle the motor all the way through the power band. I took it to red line. I didn't have a problem with it. Open throttle all the way, didn't have a problem with it. The back end got chirpy on me once. I didn't have a problem with it. I felt a squirrel a little bit one time. Didn't have a problem with it. And it wasn't like it just stepped out and slid, like a big power slide. No, it just went, just stayed a little bit. You could feel it, and I didn't have a problem with it. So the bike has definitely got enough power to break the back wheel loose, but not so much power that it's going to throw you off the back of it. Let's put it that way, okay? The 14R has enough power to throw you off the back of it. I almost threw myself off of it once. Not quite leaning forward, not quite having my feet on the front of the pegs. Middle of the power band, coming out of a corner, I hit the throttle, and that bike, whoom! And it just literally almost chucked me right off the back of the bike. Half because I wasn't prepared, and half because I underestimated the power. The bike has all the motor I would ever want in a motorcycle, on a street bike. All the motor I could want, I could ask for. No shortage of horsepower. The Busa, little bit less than what I would really want. Okay. All the way through the power band. It's got plenty of power, but not more than I would ever want. Okay. Same with the Z1000, and probably the same with the FC1, except the damn thing is too touchy to really get into it. At least the FC1 was. By the way, I'm about 150 miles. I had some, put $5 worth of gas, and then when I got ready to go, drove that about 20 miles. I'm 970, and I've got about 2/3 of the tank left. I'm thinking I got 200 miles left in this tank. Easy. I need to get about another 200 out of it. I put $45 worth in this time. It was $4.18 for 93 octane. Right, again, so we're back to the 300. Okay. I saw one Cowie 300 out of all the bikes when I was at Daytona that were owned and ridden by someone. I saw one white 300. Just one. Only one. Out of a good 500 motorcycles. Most, if not a lot, at least half of them were baggers. A good number of them were sport bikes. A good number of them were Ducatis, Buells. I even saw a red and white FJ1200, like my bike, 1990 with a Kirker tips. I saw singles, I saw twins, I saw baggers, I saw choppers, I saw all kinds of bikes. I saw 1300. Actually, I don't know, it was 300 because the only white ones are 300s. They didn't make them in white, but they were 250s. I don't think so. So old ones, new ones, you name it. 1,200, 1,300. We didn't really go down to the beach part. We crossed the causeway to the beach part, but we didn't go down to the beach. So we didn't go cruising through the beach to see what was there. I didn't drive around there. So there's about 4 or 5 blocks of beach front property where it's on the other side of the causeway. Maybe there were more down there because that would have been appropriate. That bike is nothing, I swear to God, I said this before, and I mean it 100%, 110% now. That bike is little more than a freaking scooter. It is the slowest motorcycle I have ever ridden. I don't see how anyone can say it's sporty. The only time it really seems like it's actually accelerating in any way, shape, or form that would do a motorcycle justice is in second gear. It goes through first, bam, like that. Just whack, wham! It gets through first gear, okay? Second gear, wham! And the lower part of second gear, it starts to pick. It starts, okay, maybe, possibly it'll start to do something impressive. Then it hit red line, whoop, just like that. It's at 13K, whoop, and you got to shift. Third gear, all it's doing is whine. And it slowly creeps up past 45, 55, 65. You know, I in sixth gear, I'm doing 5,000, 5,500 RPM, 45 miles an hour. It's just slow. It's slow. How slow can you? It's slow. Very slow. It's slow. I don't know how slow you could want a motorcycle to be and want that bike. You know, it was like a golf cart slow. I think a golf cart out accelerated. I would be afraid to bet that bike against a golf cart. Maybe a gas-powered golf cart because they don't really have that much acceleration. But an electric one would definitely give it a run for its money off the line. It felt like a freaking, like one of those pedal mopeds. Except, of course, it was faster. It might have been twice as fast as one of those things. Those things are what, 125s? It was nowhere even near a 600. Mark my words, an R6 would run freaking rings around it. I felt like I could run faster than that bike at times, except for the part where it would actually do 45, 55, 65 miles an hour. And I said, yeah, fine, okay, for a putt-putt bike. I know there are a lot of scooters, a lot of mopeds out there that are $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. In the $5,000 range, as a moped, it would be excellent. Having, sport fairings and making it look like a 636 is a freaking joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. That bike is a dog. It's slower than crap. It's fucking slow. Have I made it clear yet? Anybody who says, oh, it's faster than some... No! It's slow. There is no car that this bike is faster than. Seriously. No, there is not a... I doubt there is a... I think there's some VWs that are faster than this bike. To say that it's faster than most cars on the road is a blatant lie. There is no car on the road that is slower than this bike that I am aware of. None. I was all prepared. I'm listening to people. I'm looking at the 0-60 times, all this shit. I'm listening to people say it'll do the quarter in, you know, I don't know what it is, quarter is 15, 16 seconds. I know it's faster than the 250. I know it's faster than the Honda. Okay. Let me tell you this. The only outstanding thing about that motorcycle is the fact that we'll get 85, 90 miles per gallon. And trust me, wow, is this one totally closed or are they just building it? It is. Let me put it this way. People say that that bike will do 100 miles an hour. Where? They say it'll do 105. Where? How? How could that thing do 100 miles an hour? I don't think it can do 100 miles an hour. I honestly don't. I mean, sure, it might possibly do 100 miles an hour. But I guess the lesson should be in this equation, if you think that it is fast because it can do 105, you have issues. If you think that it's fast because it can do 0 to 60 in 7 seconds versus 8.5, you have issues. If you think that it handles great because it's a 250, you have issues. Trust me, it does not handle any better than a liter bike does because it weighs 150 pounds less. And it's got thin tires. It's still a motorcycle. Now, I'm not going to get into splitting hairs. I'm not going to get into this like it's 1.2% better at handling. It's got a flickability that's, you know, versus, you know, quarter second to flick it from side to side. With a Busa, this thing only takes 0.35 seconds. No, I'm not going to split hairs like an asshole and talk about this bike. It still handles about the same. Yes, it's noticeably lighter, but it doesn't handle like warp drive. It's not like 3 times faster. It doesn't. No, it's not that much better. It just isn't a whole lot sneaking better. But it is slow as shit. It is so fucking slow that it is a scooter at best. And I would be ashamed almost to ride it with the helmet. I would be ashamed almost to ride it. I mean, it's a perfect bike to ride in a pair of shorts. And it's the perfect summer, ride it around the beach, ride it around, you know, beach motorcycle, ride it flip-flops. That's what that bike is made for. Anybody who gets on that bike wearing a helmet and leathers is a jackass. That bike can barely do 65 freaking miles an hour. Barely. Oh, sure, somebody will send me a video and say, oh, here it is, look, it's doing 70. Look, it's doing 70 miles an hour. Yeah, sure. And you can drink 5 beers and not get drunk. Sure, because you're not a lightweight. I'm not going to argue about whether it's slow or fast because it can do the quarter mile in 15 or 16 or 17 seconds. You know, I will just say this to you outright and be done with it. The damn thing is fucking slow as shit. It's just slow. Maybe in 4th or 5th or 6th gear it can actually do a decent speed, but it is still slower than shit. Okay?